Newly released transcripts are showing how blind Fed Chairman Ben Bernanke and his gang really were in the months leading up to the housing bust, that is. Back in 2006, Bernanke said, "I agree that the strong fundamentals support a relatively soft landing in housing." Unbelievable. I think we are unlikely to see growth being derailed by the housing market, but I do want us to be prepared for some quarter-to-quarter fluctuations. And, of course, the Great Recession, not just a fluctuation, kicked in a year later. Time to bring in the panel. Marjorie Clifton is a principal at Clifton Consulting in D.C. Clint David is a legal analyst for David Goodman and Madola in Dallas. And Michael Maslansky is an author and CEO of Maslansky, Luntz and Partners, and that is a mouthful. Welcome to the show. Marjorie, let's start with you.
Well, what I would say is that no one could have guessed how bad the recession would hit and how it would affect housing prices. And, I mean, quite frankly, I don't fault Bernanke for it. I mean, all of the reserve records are public, and their minutes from their meetings are public record. Bernanke's been with us for a long time. He was a Bush appointee.
Wait a minute.
He's been in both administrations.
Does anybody want to jump in here? Because I'm going to if you guys don't.
Well, I think he's as smart as they come, and I think that you can't really fault somebody in his position. But at the end of the day, they're always fighting the last war. And they're always looking backwards, and while he was focused on the past and what would make this look like the Great Depression, he didn't fully understand, and none of them fully understood what was going on in the market.
Clint, I mean, come on. Is it just me, or prices don't grow to the sky, do they? Like, he should have been worried, had a clue. Somewhere, he was the expert. He was seeing numbers that nobody else in the country was seeing. What do you think, Clint?
Well, you know, Jerry, you would like to think that, but honestly, I don't find this that shocking myself, only because I just have never truly believed an economist has the ability to predict the future of the economy to begin with. I didn't listen to him then. I'm not going to listen to him now. I mean, that's just the way it is. It's like trying to handicap a horse race. I think it's pretty much impossible.
Wow, okay, well, guys, you're all of one mind. And I'm not. Okay. Let's talk about the Wisconsin governor. Scott Walker has quickly taken down a billboard touting his job creation record because the ad was placed directly in front of a shut down GM factory. The billboard displays a prominent picture of the governor along with a line at the bottom telling viewers to call him and say thanks. You can see it right there. It's a picture tells 1,000 words. 10,000 workers got the boot from this factory when it closed. Clint?
You know, do you ever wonder whether or not Governor Walker reflects on whether or not he chose the proper career path by going into politics? I mean, this guy, I mean, he dealt with the whole collective bargaining nightmare. Now there's a petition, obviously, to remove him from office. Then, on top of everything, you have this billboard thing, which sadly is comical. I mean, it just doesn't seem like he's having a lot of fun right now.
No,
yeah, but I mean, you can't blame him for this. You can certainly say, look, we have to pay attention to every detail today. We're in a gotcha culture where somebody driving by can videotape this, take a picture. It becomes a huge story. It never would have in the past. But you have to pay attention to every detail. You have to think like your critics at every moment. And his group obviously wasn't doing that.
Marjorie.
I think he's been taking pointers from Mitt Romney on how to deal with the unemployed in the labor market right now. But it's about as unfortunate as another billboard set I saw, which was a McDonald's ad right next to a sign for child obesity. So these things happen, but Scott Walker definitely has had a bad run of it.
I assume that's a reference to Romney and his private equity firm?
Yes, well, no, more so Romney and his, you know, I've been there, I've almost got a pink slip once too, I feel your pain. I don't think he quite knows how to relate to that group of the unemployed and those suffering right now.
He has $250 million, you know. He has a pretty big war chest. All right, the Kardashians. We have to talk about the Kardashians, right? They seem to have their hands in almost everything these days, but what they're touching these days isn't turning into gold. Their reality show ratings are falling through the floor, and magazines with a Kardashian on the cover are being left at newsstands. Michael, what is going on here, for goodness sakes?
Well, I think we finally found the line that celebrities can't cross. Apparently, a less than 72-day marriage is going to be it. But I think what's really interesting about this story is that there's still 3 million people watching the Kardashian show. So there's 3 million Americans who like the car crash.
Clint, bring some rationalization to this conversation about I can't even believe we're talking about the Kardashians, tell you the truth.
I'm happy to do so, Jerry. I mean, maybe it's just me, but I've never really gotten the whole Kardashian thing. When I think of the name Kardashian, I think of their father standing next to O.J. when he was acquitted with that massive shock on his face. I mean, so I've never really understood this. I mean, look, if you are a reality TV star, you will live and die by the whims of a fickle public, and that's really what you're seeing.
I think the Kardashians will find another scandal or some other way to grab media attention.
Yes.
I frankly am surprised they've got the ratings they have. I mean, if I want to watch a car wreck, I can just walk outside instead of turning the TV on. I mean, that's my feeling.
A car wreck. Maybe that's why their numbers are down. Marjorie,
Yeah.
Clint, and Michael, great job, guys. Thanks for coming in tonight. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jerry.
Okay, it seems these days